Hello and welcome out to the Miami Softball Stadium here in Oxford, Ohio. Justin Thomas here with you for this broadcast of the Miami RedHawks taking on the Akron Zips. It's the third of this series here between the RedHawks and the Zips, and the RedHawks are looking to try to sweep Akron here at home. They won the first two games in a doubleheader yesterday as the RedHawks were explosive, winning the first matchup by a shutout, actually, in terms of how they were scoring it out. So the RedHawks were able to get that one in a victory by 3-0 and then 9-3 in the second of a doubleheader to win the two matches. They're going to look to try to win the third and, as I mentioned, sweep the Zips to finish out this series in Oxford. It's a big one, too, because right now, in terms of the MAC standings, both these teams sit with 13 conference wins. Both are tied in second, as both the RedHawks and Zips are right behind right behind Ohio and Central Michigan. All right, so leading off things for the Zips here at the top of the first is going to be the second baseman, number 10, Brooke Civic. So Civic, a freshman, coming into this one to try and lead things off for the Zips, trying to find some sort of a victory here in the finale of these two teams here in the series. As Brianna Platt is the pitcher, first goes down, and it is a called strike. So Platt is the main pitcher that they've had for the RedHawks. Pratt actually has been the one that's been mostly touted here for the RedHawks as she's set for the second pitch here. Comes through, and this one is just a bit outside. So 19-10 is her record on the year at 4.29 ERA. She's getting set for the second. And a swing and a miss here, so that will put a 1-2 count here on Civic to open things up for the Zips. Civic averages a batting average of 352. This one comes through, and I think it was foul tip, so she'll get another crack at it here as Pratt will get the ball back. Civic's ready for it. Pratt starting to wind up. And another foul tip here. So Civic will try it again. Still at the 1-2 count here to open things up for the series finale here in Oxford. As I mentioned, Akron 25-18 on the season with 13-8 in the MAC. Looking to try to get one victory at least here on the series and see how things go about the rest of the conference. This is hit forward, a little dribbler down the line, but Civic's going to battle it back and get to first base. So a leadoff hit for the Zips. And now steps up to the plate Molly McChesney, the right fielder. Batting average of 302. As we see the first hit, and Civic starting to move forward, but pulled back as that one goes down the strike zone for a strike here for Pratt. Comes down, foul tip. That's going to be 0-2 the count now for McChesney. Brooke Civic, as I mentioned, got that first hit. She is now on first base here as Pratt looking to try and get the first out for the RedHawks. And she does get the strikeout there. So we're going to miss there from McChesney. So one down for the RedHawks as Megan Lee will come up, the left fielder. So Pratt's on the mound, by the way. And for your RedHawks, you got Riley Coyne. She is going to be catching for today. First base is going to be Holly Blaska. Second base, Chloe Parks. Third base is Carly Spade. Shortstop will be Adriana Barlow. Left field's Maddie Banks. Center field is Jenna Golembeski. And then right field is Allie Cummings for your RedHawks. So that's who's out there on the field. So we get things set up for Megan Lee to come to the plate. Third in the lineup for the Zips. It's one out up there, the strikeout on McChesney from Pratt. Good pitch there. Caught just the outside of the strike zone. So a strike here. Pratt's been pitching well. It was Civic really battling back, a couple foul tips, and then able to get the little dribbler that went down the third baseline. She was able to out-hustle it. This one goes right over there now, and the nice 5-3 put out as Spade was able to, she crept up the line there, was able to pick it up and really quickly throw it over to Blaska to get that out. Civic does move to second base, but there are two down here for Pratt in the top of the first inning. So Alexis Campbell is up to the plate, the sophomore. 303 batting average here. She'll be in third base at the bottom part of this inning. Pratt, first pitch comes down a little low, so this will be the first time on the four batters that she's now faced in which it would be a ball to lead off. This one's hit, going to shortstop. Looks like it will be a 6-3 putout. And despite the Zips getting the lead off Brooks Civic on, Pratt's able to get a strikeout, a couple of ground outs there, and the RedHawks will still take the 0-0 tie, heading to the bottom of the first here on the Love and Honor Live.
Also, please refrain from leaning on the protective nets surrounding the field.
Welcome back to Oxford, Ohio, Miami RedHawks and Akron Zips, the season finale here for this series. Both teams trying to battle it for the Mid-American Conference. They're both right there at second place, so now trying to move to position. Obviously, the team that gets the win here has an opportunity, depending on how the results in the conference go. But here's your lineup here for the RedHawks. It's going to be right fielder Allie Cummins. It's going to be leading things off, followed by Holly Blaska and Carly Spade. Then Chloe Parks, Riley Coyne, Shelby Kunkel, Jenna Golembeski, Adriana Barlow, and then Maddie Banks will be the lineup here as the senior Allie Cummins steps up to the plate, and the first pitch that she sees will be a ball. On the mound for the Zips is Alexa DeFeo. Senior is 9-7 on the season, 3.79 ERA. Second pitch comes into Cummins, and she watches it go for a ball. So 2-0 the count for Allie Cummins to try and lead things off for the RedHawks. That one does catch the outside, so it will be a strike. So DeFeo gets the first strike on the afternoon. Cummins steps back in. Thought about it, but decided to hold back, and it was the proper decision. That one was high. It's a ball. 3-1 the count here. So Allie Cummins, we'll see with the next pitch. See if she can get on base. Comes through, and it's high. So Allie Cummins will be the lead-off batter and go up with a walk. So just like that, as the Zips did, Miami's going to get a leadoff runner on first base. All right, Holly Blaska up now. The freshman is playing first base. She's got a batting average of .342. The lefty sees the first pitch come in, and that one is a ball as well. So DeFeo walked Allie Cummins. This one's a pop-up here, and it's going to actually be caught by the first baseman for the Zips, which is Madison Dudek. So leadoff walk, sees Cummins on, but Holly Blaska pops up and gives the Zips the first out. Carly Spade up now, third baseman. The junior is batting a .366 as she steps in. This one's curving outside from DeFeo, so it will be a ball as well. As I mentioned, DeFeo is on the mound. Catching is Abigail Scheller. So that's the combination between the two here, as that one goes a foul tip. First base is Madison Dudek. Then second base is Brooke Civic. Shortstop, Jaden Bryant. Third base is Alexis Campbell. Left field, Megan Lee. Center field, Tiffany Stevens. This pitch comes in and is a little low, so 2-1 the count now, and to finish out the fielders is the right fielder, Molly McChesney. 2-1 count now. This is hit high, and confusion. Well, they managed to get it. They did collide with each other. Luckily, it wasn't anything too crazy, but I do believe it actually was McChesney that ended up getting the catch. I don't think Zips fans are really worried about who made the catch as long as someone did make the catch, but initially looked like it was going to be Civic that was going to track back, but then it started to sail a little bit more on her, so it results in the fielders having to figure it out. So 2 down here. Pitch comes in. As we see, Chloe Parks up to bat. That one's high as well. So RedHawks saw Allie Cummins get the walk to start things off, but she's been kind of stuck there at first base after two outs. Initially, it was Holly Blaska with the pop-up. Kind of went to foul territory. Was caught by the first base, and then the fly out there from Spade. Parks, nice hit. Can it stay fair? It cannot. Just started the curl away and went foul. That would have been, might have actually been enough to get Cummins all the way home because she got a good jump there on first base. So now we see the 1-2 count. So DeFeo going to try and see if she can get out of the jam. She initially had the leadoff walk, but it's battled it back and forced 2 outs now from the RedHawks, and we'll see if Chloe Parks can keep battling here. She saw that one go foul as well. 1-2 on the count, 2 outs. DeFeo's pitch comes in, and looks like it actually hit Parks right on the arm. So despite Cummins getting a good jump to try and steal, she ends up getting up there to second base anyways. All right, so now Riley Coyne steps up, the senior catcher, looking to see if she can get an RBI here in the bottom of the first, as she does have Cummins at second and Parks at first. Big hit here as it's sailing deep, and this one is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Riley Coyne, the catcher. Comes up to the plate. First pitch, it's out of here. And the RedHawks have a 3-0 lead to start things off here, bottom of the first inning. Nicely done from her. She saw the pitch she wanted, just the first one that came her way, and cranked it out of here. Was sailing out towards Yager Stadium. So nicely done from her, and just like that, RedHawks get themselves to a great leadoff position here. Shelby Conkle now up to the plate. First pitch comes her way. She swings at it, but unable to make contact. DeFeo, pitch. This one's high, and we'll see Conkle get a 1-2 count now. Here's the hit. This one's sailing up over Civic, and it's going to be a base hit here for Conkle. As she is able to get the nice hit here, and we will see now Jenna Golombitsky. Golombitsky comes up, the sophomore from Woodstock, Illinois. Comes up to the plate. This one's outside. Golombitsky hits this one down though and foul. So she'll take a moment, step out. Some information from my coach Kumar, and now she'll get set to step back in. It's Conkle at first, by the way. DeFeo on the mound for the Zips. Initially, she walked Allie Cummins to first base, but then was able to get Holly Blaska to pop up and out, and then Carly Spade to fly out. But then, as this is hit up, this one might be in the dead zone too, and it is. And the hit there will see Conkle get the third. Golombitsky will hang out at first base. And as I was mentioning, DeFeo actually, despite that first walk, had 2 outs. But then Parks, she hit Parks on the elbow. She got to first base, and then all of a sudden, Riley Coyne came up, made no doubt about it. First pitch, hit it out over the fence. So now runners on the corner here for Adriana Barlow. The shortstop sees his first one come in, and a nice steal there from Golombitsky. Sees her to get the second. That pitch was a bit outside, so it is ball 1. And Golombitsky steals to second, so now a base knock will probably score maybe 2, and this one comes down and will drop. It's going to be a play at the plate here. She threw to shortstop instead with a cutoff, so scores 2 here. Nicely done from Golombitsky to get to second base, and just like that, 2 more runners come in as it's both Conkle and Golombitsky on the base hit from Adriana Barlow. Maddie Banks comes in, left fielder. And, pitch was a little high and hit off of Abigail Scheller's mask. RedHawks with a 5-0 lead here. DeFeo gets the strike on that one. Banks, by the way, is the 9th batter in the lineup. This one's popped or fly out here, and it is caught by the left fielder Megan Lee, but not before the RedHawks put 5 past the Zips to open things up here in the bottom of the first inning. So when we come back, we'll move to the top of the second and see if the Zips have a response here. You are listening to the Love and Honor Live.
G&J Pepsi brings you products that are
Welcome back, Love and Honor Live. The RedHawks put 5 past the Zips in the bottom of the first inning, so they have a 5-0 lead as we hit the top of the second now. And a nice lead established for Brianna Pratt as she's set to see the first pitch come in towards the designated player in Laurel DeVoe as a strike. Pratt, as mentioned before, it's 19-10 on the season. He's got the most pitching starts on it. This one comes down a little low as Laurel DeVoe trying to see if she can get something started here for the Zips, but Pratt has pitched very well. Just give up the one hit so far, but was able to come through. That one bounces just over a glove, so it will be a second hit for the Zips. And the leadoff, we'll see DeVoe get to first as the catcher, Abigail Scheller, will come up now for the Zips.
The catcher, number 56, Abigail Scheller.
But really, if you're the RedHawks, you look at it, top of the first, Brooke Civic got the hit and got on first, and then Pratt got the strikeout on McChesney, and there we'll get a couple more outs there immediately, so there's no harm done with a leadoff batter reaching. So they'll look to try and copy that recipe for the top of the second here. Scheller bats .252, junior catcher. This one's hit short, scooped up by Pratt, tossed over to first, and they will get the 1-3 put out. Blasco was able to make the catch there. Now, we do see DeVoe get to second. But Jaden Bryant coming up, the shortstop. She'll see if she can get something here for the Zips. Ooh, that one was just outside. So another ball to start things off. It's happened now with the last two batters. This one's hit foul as Bryant hit that one. It went straight down, I think kind of clipped off her foot. So kind of walking off, but looks like she's okay. She now steps back in. This pitch is a little low as well, so 2-1 the count now for Pratt facing Bryant. Laurel DeVoe for the Zips on second base. That one outside as well. Really close to Bryant, actually. So 3-1 the count. That one's in there, though. So make it a full count now for Jaden Bryant. Junior shortstop trying to see if she can get a hit, depending on how much of where she placed it. See if she can get DeVoe to come around. This one's foul, so she'll see another pitch coming through here. Full count, one out here. Pratt getting the call. This one's hit, just foul. That was kind of a really dangerous position. But for the RedHawks, Gets set again. Pratt will throw another pitch. So he gets pitch here now on Bryant. This one's hit, but nicely caught. Going back to second, trying to go for the double play. Just a little outside. I think DeVoe was able to get back, but very nicely done there from Matty Banks. That one just went over Barlow's glove, but Banks was able to react quickly, get in there and make the catch for the out. So 2 down now for the RedHawks, and Pratt will see Tiffany Stevens step up to the plate. This one outside, so Stevens will see ball 1 come her way. The junior center fielder batting .224. Does have 19 RBIs on the season. That one goes foul. So we'll see a 1-1 count. As Stevens will step back into batter's box. Wait, another pitch here from Brianna Pratt. That looked like a good pitch, and it was. Home plate umpire Paul Williams giving the emphatic strike call. So we see a 1-2 count now on Stevens. Pratt pitches it in. This is hit right up the middle, though. And it took kind of a weird hop as it reached the outfield, but luckily able to kind of understand that was Jenna Golembeski. Probably helps that this is the RedHawks home field. Maybe she was kind of aware of that, because initially Defoe thought about trying to run it home, but she had to kind of halt her run and move back to third base as she saw that Golembeski was able to easily grab that. So the hit there from Stevens, though, gets her the first. We got runners on the corner. First base, Madison Dudek comes up and steps up, trying to see if she can get a run on the board for Akron. First pitch is high. So Dudek, 14 RBI, .216 batting average on this season here. As the RedHawks have that 5-0 lead they established in the last half inning. Zips are just trying to get a run on the board here. That comes down, throwing it to oh! And she's out. Hopefully she's okay. As we got, we'll get you caught up. That's the out. The attempted steal is an out, so we'll take a break here and get you set up when we come back from Love and Honor Live. Welcome back to Oxford. 5-0 lead for the RedHawks. Get you caught up from what happened in the last half inning here for the Zips. They got runners on the corner, and then it was Tiffany Stevens tried to steal, but nicely fielded from Miami catcher Coyne. She was able to toss it out there towards, I believe it actually was the second base Chloe Parks, who made the catch, and she was right there where Stevens was to try to make the tag, and kind of caught Stevens kind of right on the face, and the helmet kind of pulled up. So that's why she was kind of down for a moment, but she was able to get up and walk off on her own power. So good for her. I think she'll be okay. But it did get the out and got the RedHawks out of the jam. No runs for Akron as remain 5-0 lead here for the home squad, the RedHawks.
Zips number 3, Emma Sepper, now playing right field. Shelby Fortune now in center field.
So Sepper's now in right field. So we got some movement here. And we're back to Allie Cummins, who led this all off back in, well, last inning, bottom of the first. So he was able to get on with the walk and had an easy stroll home thanks to Riley Coyne's 3-run home run. Got a 1-1 count for her now. This one's outside. Here comes the pitch from DeFeo. Outside as well. So 3-1 count, which is oddly enough where it was for Allie Cummins the last inning. She sees that one go down the plate, and it will be a strike. So 3-2 the count. Nice hit there through the gap between shortstop and third base, and Allie Cummins got on with a walk last time. She said, you know what? I want my batting average to go up. I'll get a hit this time around, and she gets the first, so another lead off for the RedHawks. Holly Blaska comes up to the plate now. Last time around, she had the pop-up, went over towards first base, and saw Madison Dudek make the catch. This one's drilled deep, though, and it is gone as well out towards Yager Stadium. It's a 2-run home run from Holly Blaska, and the RedHawks now have a 7-0 lead. Blaska must have been upset with the way things went the last inning with the pop-up. She didn't get all of the ball, and it kind of popped up for the out. So this time she made no doubt about it, drilled it out over the left center field fence. And just like that, 7-0 lead for the RedHawks. And we will see Carly Spade come up to bat now. First one's the ball here.
It was left of center field.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I saw.
This is up high, 2-0 count. Spade from Chicago. This one's popped up high, and Dudek will make the catch for pop out here. So 1 out now for
Second baseman number 4, Chloe Parks.
the RedHawks. All right, so now up to bat is Chloe Parks. Parks actually got on base earlier by being hit by pitch. So that one's a little high. So really the damage for Miami was done because in the bottom of the first, saw Cummins get on by getting walked, and then Parks got on because she was hit by pitch. This one's up over second base, and that's a base hit now too. So Parks got on last time by being hit by pitch. Now she's going to get a hit for herself, and she gets to the first base. 7-0 lead. RedHawks. 1 on now for Riley Coyne, who opened up the scoring with a big 3-run home run that scored both Cummins and Parks. As now it's going to be a discussion on the mound for the Zips. So we'll see Coyne come over and talk with coaching staff and Kunkel, and also Parks, who is on first, come down. By the way, you can bring your pets here to the ballpark. So got a couple pups hanging around. A little bit of a pup scuffle over on the grass on the other side during the last couple of bats, but I think they got all sorted out here and everyone's all good. More of a playful scuffle, I do believe. Thanks. So we got an update here for baseball. The RedHawks have a 3-2 lead over Kent State, as RedHawks also scored 3 in the bottom of the first, but Kent State scored 2 in the top. However, they will get past that inning, so RedHawks have a lead there as well. As we're back to the action here at softball. And it's 0-1 for Coyne. I think she thought about trying to really see if she could get contact on that one, but it was high. So at the last moment she decided she'll pull the bat back. 1-1 count. This is drilled out towards left, and this one's out of here as well. Riley Coyne having herself a day. This one's a 2-run home run, as she will score Parks, and it's 9-0 lead for the RedHawks as Coyne touches home plate. Not even a doubt about it. As Megan Lee, the left fielder for Zips, just turned and realized where she was and where the ball was flying overhead. There's no way that was even going to stay in the park. So 9-0, as we will see Chevy Kunkel come up. She's the designated player, by the way. This was a little dribble right to second, and they will get the put out. 4-3. Kunkel couldn't quite get it close to the second base to have it go through the gap. All right, so now center fielder Jenna Golembeski sees the first one come in through for a strike. We got 9-0 scoreline here for the RedHawks on 8 hits. Just 3 hits given up from Pratt to the Zips. That one goes outside, so 1-1 count. Golembeski had a hit in the last inning, got on base, and then was able to come around thanks to a single from Adriana Barlow. No one on the bases right now for Golembeski to try and bring home, but she'd like to get on the base as well and see if someone later in the order could help her come around as well. This one's inside. So 2-2 count now. This one's hit high up in the air. And, oh, miscalculating where exactly it was. And this is going to be, oh, she's going for it. She's going to come all around to the plate. She's in. It's an in-the-park home run for Jenna Golembeski, as there's misjudgment out there from right fielder Molly McChesney. The ball dropped, went towards the fence. Golembeski never slowed up, just kept running around, and she comes home. So I mentioned earlier how she had no one to really bring home, but she might like to get on the bases herself and see if someone else can bring home. She said, I'm just going to do it myself. Come all the way around and score another run. 10-0 lead for the RedHawks. Adriana Barlow at the plate. Graduate student from St. Louis pops this one right over into the outfield, and she'll get on base as well. She had the single that brought both Kunkel and Golembeski home in the bottom of the first, and this time she's going to get herself another hit, single, get on first base.
Number 29, Maddie Banks.
And that brings around Maddie Banks, the senior left fielder. From Iowa. And we're going to actually have a stoppage here of play. So we'll take a timeout as we're actually going to get a new pitcher. We'll get you all set up who that is. You're listening to Love and Honor Live. Welcome back to Oxford, Ohio. Miami RedHawks, 10-0 lead over the Akron Zips. We have a new pitcher for the Zips. We'll get to that in just a moment, but do want to make a correction here. They did give an error out there for the Zips. So the error was on McChesney, which means that it wasn't necessarily a quote-unquote in-the-park home run for Golembeski because of the error to lead off, that she was able to come around because of the error nonetheless. So just a correction there. That was a nice, easy grab there. We'll talk about the pitcher just in a hot sec. That was actually Olivia Otani. Got the out to finish things out. We'll come back, see what the Zips could do here. You're listening to Love and Honor Live. Welcome back to the Ox Box, Oxford, Ohio. Justin Thomas here with you. We got Paul Fitchner running the components for you here on getting the graphics, everything set for you as we have a 10-0 lead for the RedHawks on the Zips of Akron off of 9 hits. And Brianna Pratt coming out for her 3rd inning of work. As it's Madison Dudek, the first baseman, bottom of the order here for Akron, trying to see if they can just get something going. They've had a couple runners get on, but Pratt has been able to work out of anything she's seen come her way. In fact, the last one was a nice put out from the catcher, Riley Coyne, throwing it up there to, I believe it was Parks, made the tag, and got out Tiffany Stevens the last time around. So Pratt's pitch here, just a bit outside. Currently, Pratt's at in the 30s in the pitch count. He's only giving up the 3 hits, has a strikeout on the afternoon as well. This one's inside. Or outside, I should say the strike zone, inside of kind of the batter's box where Dudek was. So we got ourselves a 2-2 count now, with number 2 at bat. Kind of a different type of a Deuces Wild. Hit goes down third base. And no, actually, ooh, it looks like it hit off of her shin here and then bounced out. So foul ball. She's got to kind of walk it off and do it again. The good news is Brooke Civic was able to run out there and hand her bat, make sure she was good. She is. She's going to take a moment here. I think we'll see if they hit off her foot. It looks like it hit off her foot. Paul's nodding his head over here. So those do hurt when it comes straight down off the bat and off the foot or the shin or knee or whatever. So she's kind of walking to make sure she's okay there. 5-run inning for the RedHawks in the bottom of the first. 5-run inning in the bottom of the second for the RedHawks. Gets themselves to a 10-0 lead. I mentioned the implications of this one in terms of the MAC standings. Is right now listed on the MAC website. Miami and Akron both have 13 wins. Miami looking to get the victory here, get the sweep, the weekend sweep here on Akron, and move up to 14 wins, which at the moment would put them as a tie. Both Ohio and Central Michigan have 14 wins as well. Ohio is not in action until it's listed as kind of a couple of midweek games against Toledo. Rockets will be down in Athens, Ohio for that one. As for Central Michigan, the Chippewas also don't play today. They're going to be hosting Bowling Green in midweek. So really, if Miami can get a win, they will actually tie up with the Chippewas and Bobcats 14. I will say the Chippewas, though, do have a midweek series against the Bowling Green Falcons. And Falcons have just won 1 conference game all season. So you would expect the Chips to manage to probably win all 3, you would probably argue. So that will mean for the RedHawks, it's going to make the series up in Muncie against Ball State during the week much more important. Back to the action here. Dudek sees that one outside the strike zone. So good to see her able to walk, kind of shake off that injury, get back in there. She sees a full count now. This is hit down third base. And nice 5-3 put out to open up the inning here for the RedHawks.
Second baseman, number 10, Brooke Civic.
So Brooke Civic comes back up to the plate. Civic initially led things off for the Zips, got on base with a hit, and then the Zips behind her couldn't really muster anything up to try and bring her around, and then all of a sudden in the bottom of the first, things got ugly from the Akron perspective. Civic is hit right back up to Pratt. Pratt, nice 1-3 put out there, so 2 down now here in the top of the third. And we will see Molly McChesney come up to the plate. The lone strikeout that Pratt has on the afternoon actually came here against Molly McChesney. Was able to strike her out. I think Pratt would like to see if she can do that again to close out this inning. Just a bit outside, and it will be ball 1 to McChesney. This one's high as well, 2-0 count. It's a cold one today. You see a lot of people bundled up in coats and blankets, hats and gloves. That one's a strike, 2-1 count. Had herself some nice weather during the week, and then it just decided to get cold again as we hit the weekend, which seems to be kind of the mantra of weather here in Ohio. This one's outside. We got good weather during the week when everyone's, mostly everyone's out working and school or whatnot. And then as soon as you hit the weekend, it decides to get cold. Three-one count. This one's high, and McChesney will toss the bat away and take her base. So a walk there for Pratt. Pratt's on a 46 for her pitch count here. For anyone wondering about that, but Pratt does also usually pitch complete games. She's definitely in a good spot for it at the moment, with the bats swinging for the RedHawks and giving her 10 runs. That first pitch came in and was a strike. Nicely done. Megan Lee's the batter for the Zips. That was a little low. McChesney had some movement over there. Thought maybe she was going to try to go for steal, but decided against it. Nicely fielded there from Coyne. Coyne does have put out there as well. That one's outside. 2-1 count. Two down. Here in the top of the third. Hit. Right to shortstop. Easy tag from Barlow, and that will end the inning here. So Miami still up 10-0 as we head to the bottom of the third here on Love and Honor Live. All right, welcome back here to Oxford. It's 10-0. Miami RedHawks with the big-time lead on the Zips. We have new pitcher Olivia Otani that is now up to pitch for the Zips. Had her first pitch put out. To finish things off when she came in the last inning. Got a 1-1 count. It's Allie Cummins that is up at the plate right now. Fun fact, Cummins has scored in both innings so far, so she's trying to lead off to see if she can help the RedHawks continue on and see if she can come around a third time. Gonna have to try and beat this run out, and just couldn't quite get there as it was the 6-3 put out. So
First baseman, number 5, Holly.
Hopefully that wasn't the commentator's curse there on that one. But up to bat now is Holly Blaska, and Blaska blasted one out of here. 2-run home run the last inning. No pun intended indeed. She'll see the first one come down for strike one. This one's hit up high. Communication is there for the Zips, and it actually will be the center fielder who makes the catch, and that's Tiffany Stevens.
Third baseman, Carly Spade.
So now Carly Spade comes up to bat. Otani making work right now on the RedHawks. So it's the first time back-to-back batters got out since the first inning when Blaska and Spade both got out before things got chaotic for the Zips. Spade. Sees that fouled back for a strike. One count. Big swing there, but couldn't quite get any contact. As Otani puts that one down there. Strike two now, so 1-2 count for Carly Spade. That one's outside, though. Otani, by the way, he's got a 4.62 ERA. He's pitched 30 and a third innings throughout the season here. He's had 48 hits and does have 15 strikeouts. I was going to give you those numbers before she got the quick out last time around. That one's low. We got ourselves full count. Pitch comes in from Otani. And Spade thought that she had the walk, but home plate umpire Paul Williams said, nope, that one caught the inside of the strike zone, and she's called out for the strikeout looking. It's the first time the RedHawks don't put any runs on the board, but they still have a 10-0 lead here as we will head to the top of the fourth. You are listening to Love and Honor Live. Welcome back to Oxford. Miami RedHawks a 10-0 lead here on the Akron Zips.
Top of the fourth for the Zips.
And we will see Zips try to see if they can find any way to score some runs or not. Emma Separ, the freshman, comes up to bat. By the way, RedHawks are up 6-2 on Kent State in the baseball action. It's up the road in campus here. So now, got the first pitch as a strike. Pratt still out there doing work. As this is the first time she's going to see Emma Separ, who came on earlier in the game. Wasn't a starter, but came in. Nice hit there from her. And this one just zips past the glove of Spade and goes out to left field. So another leadoff, but I mentioned that before. The Zips keep seeming to get the leadoff on, but then aren't able to do anything crazy afterwards. Designated player Laurel DeVoe is up now. Just a bit low. That pitch is in there. 1-1. One count. DeVoe swung at that one. Couldn't make contact. Nice strike done from Brianna Pratt. And now it's a 1-2 count. This one's outside the strike zone, 2-2. DeVoe was that leadoff batter last time she was up to plate. Got all the way to second base, and that's when the RedHawks were able to retire the Zips. This one's in there, and it is strike 3. Looking, and Pratt's got another strikeout on her afternoon, and it's the first out of the 4th inning here. So Abigail Scheller, the catcher, comes up to the plate now. Still got the runner at first, and that is Separ. This one's outside, ball 1. Outside strike zone here. Going to be 2-0 count on Scheller. One out away. One on. Hit right back up to Pratt. Pratt's going to try and pull 2. And they get it. Nicely done from the RedHawks. A double play to finish out the inning. And the RedHawks keep that 10-0 lead heading to the bottom of the 4th. You are listening to Love and Honor Live. Welcome back to Oxford, Ohio. Miami RedHawks still have that 10-0 lead as we hit the bottom of the fourth, and it's Chloe Parks coming up to bat. The last inning was the first inning the RedHawks were unable to put a run across the board. They've yet to try and figure out Olivia Otani, who is the second pitcher to be featured from the Zips today. They were able to put 10 on Alexa DeFeo, but haven't really been able to cook much with Otani on the mound for the Zips, so still looking to try and do that. Parks gets this one hit down first base, and it's an easy out for the Zips as that one traveled right to Dudek, and she just scooped it up and tapped the bag. So one down.
Catcher number 15, Riley Coyne.
For now Riley Coyne to come up. Now Coyne has had herself a heck of an afternoon. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, and 5 RBIs. She'll see if she can figure out pitching from Otani here. And that one couldn't quite get all the power behind it. Goes right over towards second base, and an easy grab there from Brooke Civic. So we got a new batter up for the RedHawks as Kate Kobayashi will come up to the plate. See what she can do in her first plate appearance here on this afternoon. 3rd game of the season here, series here I should say.
Batting for Kunkel.
So Coach Kamara is signing well. Let's put Kobayashi in and see if she can get a hit here on the out plate appearance. She is going to be able to get a hit on her first plate appearance. First pitch and a hit. She's going towards second. She's going to have to, actually didn't end up having to slide in. Nicely done from her. She's there second on the second base standing. So a nice hit there from Kobayashi, and she is now on to second base and in a good position here for Jenna Golembeski to come in and see if she can bat her around. This first pitch is outside. Now there are 2 outs here for the RedHawks to try and see if they can find a way to get through with another run here. That pitch came in low. 2-0 the count. That one comes and almost clips Golembeski. She's able to kind of dodge it there. It's 3-0 count. So Kobayashi trying to spark a 2-out scoring opportunity with Golembeski at the plate to try and get her to bring around. Instead, Golembeski will see that pitch go outside, and she'll trot over the first base, and we will see 2 on for the RedHawks. And it will be number 1, Reagan Bartholomew, who will come on. Another new batter here in the bottom of the 4th. Coach Kamar's going to talk with home plate umpire Paul Williams and get everything all squared away where she's going to end up coming through, because if I remember correctly, and it looks like it is, yeah, Kobayashi came in for the designated player, Shelby Kunkel, but
For the RedHawks, number 1, Reagan Bartholomew.
Bartholomew will come on
For Barlow.
in Adriana Barlow's spot, so we'll see how the lineup changes in the field. That one clips the outside of the strike zone. Strike 1 on number 1, Reagan Bartholomew. Nice hit right over the gap from Bartholomew, and here comes Kobayashi around, and Kobayashi is able to score. It's an 11th run for Miami, and we see Golubeski and Bartholomew both at first and second, respectively, and now are we getting another change here? We are. So Maggie Murphy, the sophomore, will get an at-bat appearance here from Novi, Michigan.
Maggie Murphy, batting for Banks.
Nice swipe there from Murphy. Just couldn't quite keep it fair down that third baseline. So, as I mentioned before, Kobayashi came out to the plate with 2 outs. She was able to get a hit, get the second on the double there. And then Golubeski was walked to get the first. And then Bartholomew came up with a nice hit to get Kobayashi to be brought around. So, RedHawks do get a run in the bottom of the 4th. So that was a strike there. Murphy swung on it and couldn't quit the contact. So 2 outs and an 0-2 count here for Murphy. That one's outside. Both RedHawks on the bags. Thought about maybe continue on, but they both drop back. So we got a 1-2 count. Here comes the Maggie Murphy. Fouled it back. She's trying to get something here. Both Kobayashi and Bartholomew came in this inning, and on their first at-plate appearances were able to get hits. Maggie Murphy looking to do the same. Sophomore. Couldn't quite get the full contact, though. Goes right back to Otani, and Otani tosses it over to Dudek, and that is the 1-3 put out, but not before the RedHawks score and another run. It's 11-0 in favor of Miami, and we'll come back with more action here from Oxford. You are listening to Love and Honor Live. This is it if they don't score any runs, right? Welcome back to Oxford. Justin Thomas here with you. Paul Kreshner running the graphics and making sure we go to break okay and everything. Make sure you get able to actually see this broadcast, so it's probably more important than me. But we got an 11-0 score line here for the RedHawks. We have a new pitcher on the mound. That is Lorelei Depew. So she's pitched 41 2/3 innings. She's got 14 strikeouts on the season and 5.54 ERA. She did do some pitching earlier in the series, as this one comes in for ball 1 to open things up. And by the way, that's Jaden Bryant who's on the mound. Excuse me, at the plate for the Zips. Depew sees this one kind of pop up and out in right field and has made the catch for the first out. That is Allie Cummins. So Emma Sepper comes up to the plate now for the
Number 3,
Zips.
Emma Sepper.
So Sepper
Switch earlier.
this one outside. So let's see. Depew got the win in yesterday's contest. I should say the second of yesterday's 2 contests. This was a doubleheader. So she's getting some action again here. This one's hit towards shortstop. Nicely fielded there. Tossed over. And a beautiful 6-3 put out for 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. 11-0 scoreline still for the RedHawks. And Madison Dudek will come up to the plate to try and salvage some sort of scoring opportunity here for the Zips. This one's outside. Ball 1. Two-0 count with 2 outs on Madison Dudek. That one's down there for strike 1. 2-1 count. Dudek 0 for 1. Trying to see if she get on the bag here. That one's just low. 3-1 the count. So Dudek trying to battle here with Depew. That one caught the outside corner. It's a full count now on Madison Dudek. Lorelei Depew trying to sit the Zips down 1-2-3 and get the victory for the RedHawks here. This one's hit foul. Oh. Oh. And wrong place, wrong time. A car just happened to be turning around the parking lot, and softball came up there, and luckily it took a couple bounces before it bumped into the car, so it wasn't just a full-out smack. But nonetheless, Dudek still battling here. 3-2, Depew. Getting set. Here comes the pitch. It's hit up, and Dudek will get on with a base hit. And she's over the first. And we are going to see the top of the order, Brooke Civic, come on. So Civic, who way back in the first inning got on before the RedHawks were able to get everyone out. She's up to try and salvage something here. She got Dudek at first base. That pitch outside, ball 1. That's in there, strike 1. 1-1 count on Brooke Civic. RedHawks looking to try to get this victory here. That's strike 2. So 1-2 count now for Civic. Thought about swinging, but then thought maybe it was outside. RedHawk faithful along with Paul Williams decided that Civic was wrong. It was in there. 1-2 count. Depew. The pitch. Hit foul. Ooh. Some gentleman over there almost made the snag, but just a little bit out of reach from him. And that also inspired the dogs to get out of control over there. So now they're having a good time, and the RedHawks are having a good time here because they're trying to get one more out for the victory here. 11-0 score line. Zips have Dudek at first, Brooks Civic up. It's a 1-2 count. The pitch comes in. It's outside. So we'll see 2-2 with 2 outs. Deuces wild there if you're folks keep track of those situations. Pew set. Civic waiting. She gets a hit, but it's a pop-up and nicely brought down. The catch there from, I believe it was actually Cummins that moved up there, and now the RedHawks get the victory. They sweep the series here at home against the Zips, win all 3, and they win this one 11-0 and move into prime position again. Contend for another MAC title here. So nicely done from Miami as Love and Honor plays here in the stadium. Victory for them. And the winning pitcher is going to be Rihanna Pratt. So by my count, I think that moves her up to 20-10 now in the season. So you had a very nice outing here. Pitches 4 innings and only allows 5 hits, no runs. So Brianna Pratt with the victory. Alexa DeFeo for the Zips will pick up the loss. She'll move to 9-8. Give up 10 runs throughout this matchup. But a big win here for the RedHawks. They got the bats really swinging. They had that 3-0 victory, but then won 9-3, and now 11-0 to finish things out for this series against Akron. And just to get you a count up on the scoring again, bottom of the first, it was Coyne, a 3-run home run that also scored Cummins and Parks. And then Barlow hit a single that scored both Kunkel and Golombeski. That made it 5-0 at the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second saw Blaska with a 2-run home run. That also scored Cummins, make it 7-0. And then Coyne, a 2-run home run. Parks would score on that, made it 9-0. And then Golombeski, it was scored as an E9 error, but she just kept running, got all the way around, and scored on the E. So she was able to get all the way around on the bat. So 10-0 to Miami. Then bottom of the fourth, Bartholomew had a single. Kobayashi would score on that, made it 11-0. So RedHawks are at Muncie taking on Ball State during the midweek, and then I believe next weekend they're at home against Central Michigan, which will be a huge series because Central Michigan is also at the top of the conference along with the Ohio Bobcats. So things coming down to the wire here for the RedHawks to try and get another MAC championship. So for Justin Thomas, Paul Frischner running all the programming for us today. Thank you again for tuning into this one. Miami wins it 11-0 here on Love and Honor Live.